Bridges connect all kinds of places in our daily lives. Bridges do not simply span channels and gorges, but they function as a part of social infrastructure, facilitating social exchanges and logistics. At the Takigami Steel Construction Company Limited, we provide a one-stop solution for designing, producing, constructing, and maintaining bridges as specialists in bridge fabrication. This is the Takigami Steel Construction Head Factory in Honda City of Aichi Prefecture. All kinds of production facilities have been gathered here on the premises, in excess of 21 hectares, for the efficient production of parts for bridges. A one-stop production method is implemented at this plant, integrating separate processes into a single production line. So, let's take a look at how bridges are made.
「橋梁プロジェクトの入り口は設計業務です。これには詳細設計と発注者から来た図面のチェック作業があります。
The blueprint is checked to make sure the design concept will be reflected in the manufacturing and construction process. Then, detailed designing is carried out based on the results of this process. Here, a model of a bridge is being created on a computer. Further details of its structure are drawn into the diagram. Here, the dimensions of parts are being determined based on the blueprint and outline of the production process to adjust for distortion during welding. This is where Takigami Steel Construction's know-how comes to the fore. Gauges. Templates. Working diagrams, a list of materials, and so on are prepared. This is how information is put together in preparation for production. This information is passed on to the plant where production begins. The first step is known as production, and it is carried out as shown in this flowchart.
橋の材料となるのはご覧のような鋼板です。製作図面に沿って板取り表を起こし、効率よく鋼板を調達しています。
The primer is removed from the steel plate where welding will take place. Then, the position of the part to be welded is marked accurately. Thick steel plates are cut to the predetermined size using an NC plasma cutter. Thin steel plates are marked and cut using an NC laser cutter. Furthermore, extremely thick plates and small parts are cut using a gas cutter. A high-speed NC gantry drill is used to bore holes for joining parts together. Here, the edge of a steel plate is being machined into a suitable shape to allow the weld metal to flow into the joint. This is known as beveling. The edges of the steel plate are rounded to improve the adhesion of paint. This is known as chamfering. Next, the steel plates are joined together. Steel plates of different thickness and quality are joined by welding.
次に工作を終わった部材を橋桁の形に組み立てる工程です。
Girder bridges are made mainly of plate girders, with a cross-section shaped like the capital letter I, and box girders with a cross-section in the shape of a box. Plate and box girders require different equipment to assemble. First, let's take a look at how plate girders are assembled. Machined steel plates are preset into an I shape and tack welded together.
この縦の部分をウェブ、上下の部分をフランジと呼んでいます。
The girder, tack welded into an I shape, is turned to its side and the web and flange are welded on. A two-armed robot then welds reinforcing material onto the web. This completes the I-shaped plate girder.
続いて箱桁の組み立て工程をご覧いただきます。
The vertical ribs and U-shaped ribs on the flange of a box girder are welded on by an automatic spot welder with 10 electrodes. Here is a two-armed robot welding reinforcing material onto the web. After welding, the panel passes along a conveyor belt where a press machine relieves stress on line. The panel is then lifted by a crane and preset into a box shape, then tack welded. Because welding cannot be carried out automatically inside the box girder, it is done semi-automatically by a person. This completes the box girder.
"多くの車や人が通行する橋ですから、万一のことがないよう万全の品質管理を行っています。
Careful visual inspections are carried out on the external appearance of welds to check for any flaws on the surface. Inspections are carried out to check for internal flaws through radiographic and ultrasonic testing.
現場に搬入するために問題がないことを確認するため、一度橋全体を組み立てています。これを出来型管理と言います。
To manage the quality of finished products, inspections are carried out upon actual assembly, as well as through simulated assembly on a computer using 3D digital data on measurements. Inspections are carried out by temporarily assembling a bridge outside. Girders are assembled on a foundation over a period of about a month. The bridge takes shape for the first time. Careful inspections are carried out on it. On the other hand, here are inspections being carried out after simulated assembly on a computer. Parts that have had their dimensions measured are attached and a photo is taken with a digital camera. The data is then fed into a computer. This inspection method then involves assembling the parts three-dimensionally inside the computer to check that there are no flaws.
検査が終わった橋桁は一度解体して現地に運ぶ前に塗装を行います。
The purpose of painting is mainly to prevent rusting and dirtying, but that's not all. It's also important that the bridge blends into the on-site scenery and environment. After the surface is blasted in preparation for painting, it is given an undercoat, a second coat, then a final coat of paint. After painting the girders, they are divided into separate parts and transported to the construction site. Transportation of the girders is currently carried out over land, mainly by trucks. They are sometimes transported by ship, so our company also has a second plant with a pier. It is the job of our company to oversee on-site construction. Our construction division takes care of everything from proposing a construction plan to managing construction on-site. In carrying out construction, consideration is given to information on the topography and other conditions on site. Guaranteed safety and economical bridge construction is achieved thanks to Takigami Steel Construction's comprehensive know-how on bridges. The strength of cold steel and the warmth of people. Our job is to bring these two together in the construction of bridges. We give consideration to the natural environment, regardless of the size of the bridge, and our goal is to contribute to the establishment of infrastructure to ensure security in people's daily lives. The Takigami Steel Construction Company Limited will continue to be a company that builds bridges toward a bright future.